million reasons not to do this, which probably means that I should just do it. My name is Chloe, and the main reason that I'm here today to ramble a little bit is because I'm starting a Patreon, and I'm really, really excited about it. I am an actor by trade, I guess. I have a musical theater degree, gathering dust on the proverbial wall, and working in live theater is really what my bread and butter is all about, my jam, my bread and my butter and my jam. And then several years ago, I started this YouTube channel primarily just as like a hobby. Start practicing instruments and songwriting and, you know, keeping my voice active when I wasn't in musicals. I'm really grateful and really lucky that the work that I was doing here started to lead to commission songwriting opportunities and opportunities for different fun singing related gigs. I'm particularly grateful, I'm incredibly fortunate that when the pandemic started, I had this outlet already in place, this place to come and sing out some of the angsty, sad feelings. I spent a lot of 2020 just being really sad and scared, and then 2021 was largely about redefining my goals and sort of moving the goalposts and resetting my expectations, what my life could still look like in terms of being a life of purpose and passion and service, even if that might mean periods of time where I couldn't be in theaters. And I feel like I want to take some of those passions to the next level now. I've at a point now where I want to lean a little further into some of the things that have terrified me for a long time. I feel like Patreon communities just have this potential to be a really unique space, a lot of trial and error and support and failure. I feel like it's a place where you can try a lot of things in a safe space around other people who are also trying things. I have been really moved and really changed by being a patron of so many other amazing artists there that I really respect. And it's really humbling and terrifying, but I want to lean into the challenge that feels like the next step, which would be to contribute more to the community as a creator myself. So anyway, some of the things that I think we will be talking about here is what you can look forward to if you come hang out with us on the Patreon.
Oh, hi there. Funny running into you here. It's editing Chloe from the future, where I have my nice warm blanket and where perhaps you can hear the sound of the washing machine from the other side of the closed door. I'm tuning in to make life a little bit easier for past Chloe, who was sitting on the floor and rambling so much. It's so cool to be getting back into the habit of editing videos. I had really missed, I did this kind of work a little bit years ago. And one of the things I really liked about it that I've been missing is just what an opportunity for reflection it is to initially shoot a piece of content and then go back and look at it again. And it's so apparent to me now that I was really anxious on the day that I filmed this. And I rambled a lot, and I was very unsure of the message that I wanted to communicate, but felt too imposter syndrome to communicate in a calm, confident manner. So here's future Chloe with the benefit of fewer fucks to give, here to communicate in a calm, somewhat succinct way. More succinct than past Chloe sitting on the floor shooting this initial video anyway. Yeah, some of the stuff that I think we're going to get into on the Patreon, but probably also here on the YouTube channel, because why do I feel the need to try to like hide the new things that I want to try to make behind like what, a community of like more exclusivity, or like that feels less vulnerable or something, somehow safer. Yeah, some of the topics that I think that we'll be getting into in an experimental fashion, getting over the imposter syndrome fashion, a let's just have fun making things and not overthink it too much kind of fashion, both on the Patreon and, for all I know, here on the YouTube channel as well. Let's just try some stuff and see what happens. Definitely behind the scenes stuff. I think that might be some of the only things that maybe we'll end up decide to do as like Patreon exclusive type content. The like behind the scenes of my songwriting and the music videos that end up getting put here on YouTube, and the processes that go into that. Behind the scenes is a very basic concept that I don't need to keep on over explaining. I am thinking about writing a book, writing like a queer romance novel, and so I'd be looking into what self publishing is like. I'm getting ready for top surgery. I'm a trans non binary person and just starting to get into the process of figuring out consultation appointments and insurance and what that journey might look like. Only mildly terrifying, but exhilarating. I'm really excited to be getting into some work of sort of like archiving my past creative digital stuff that I've put here on the internet, and sort of it's bringing up a lot of, re-examining what is creativity, what is the stuff that we put online, what does that mean to us, and just in general, like vlogging. It means a lot to me when other creators, other creative people, other just messy, imperfect humans are willing to get on the fucking internet and just ramble a little bit about, trying and not being quite sure of what they're doing. That kind of content means a lot to me. So I'm just going to lean more into making the kind of content that I like to watch. I'm going to try and just make more of the kinds of things that I enjoy and see where that goes. Believe it or not, even as much as I just rambled, this was much more succinct than initial anxiety Chloe sitting on the floor. Yeah, I think that's all. Let's go back to the past. Ooh, goodbye, future editing Chloe. Brr, brr, brr.
Drinking emotional support water. Oh, and I think that in the near future, there's also going to be a newsletter that I'll get back to sharing. That was one of my favorite things that I started doing back when I first started the YouTube channel and my website several years ago, was newsletter to just kind of regularly share like pieces of inspiration and like education content that's like inspiring me, or that is like primarily on my mind at any given time, like what my influences are. I think that Patreon could be a really cool place for all of us to share those things together. And I truly don't know exactly what else. I think that part of what's going to be really exciting about it is like maybe sourcing topics together. I anticipate it being a place of like polls and like asking for feedback from everybody who's a part of the community in terms of like, hey, I kind of want to talk about like style and makeup and thrifting. Would that be interesting to anybody here? I kind of want to talk about like personal finance and like my various savings goals and figuring out of things in like the budgeting trial and error of life. Would that be of interest to everybody here? I don't freaking know. We can talk about it together and figure it out as we go, I suppose. I envision my greatest ambition for what this Patreon community could be would be that it is a space for sharing what I'm working on, going through, thinking about, in the hopes of connecting with other people who are interested in sharing and working, and just other people who are invested in the journey of trying, and learning and trialing and erroring together. Figure things out. Let's try some stuff. Is that the name of this video? I think the name of this video is going to be Let's Try Some Stuff. See what happens. If you have been watching this video for this long, thank you. I really appreciate you. And if Patreon doesn't happen to be your jam, if that is not of interest to you, that is totally okay. I still just really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, hanging out here on YouTube. I hope that you're subscribed to this channel if you're not already. If you're interested in things like mediocre pictures on Instagram or gay ramblings and memes on Tumblr, my other, being a freaking 35-year-old on TikTok, I'm at ChloeThePayne on all the other various social things, and definitely always still available for your commission songwriting needs. You can reach out to me on any of the socials or just email me, ContactChloeThePayne@gmail.com. If I have piqued your Patreon interest, if you think that you might be interested in joining the community, if you are just trying in this life and would like to connect with other people who are also just interested in trying, I hope that you'll come check us out on Patreon. The account is already all set up. I have my first few videos already loaded. It's some behind the scenes on my most recent songwriting experience. I think that that'll be the next video that I put up here on this channel, will be the finished version of that song. And I ended up with some interesting, I think interesting, behind the scenes stuff about how that song got finalized. So that's already up on the Patreon. If you subscribe right now, there's already content for you to start checking out and enjoying. I think that this is also an interesting time to get in on sort of the ground floor, be a part of it from the beginning, just in the sense that like I have some ideas already worked out, already in place for like what the various tiers and, you know, opportunities to check out different types of behind the scenes stuff could be. But, you know, getting involved now is an opportunity to be part of the discussion moving forward as we have more opportunities to reflect on, like, I don't know, what would you guys like to see for for different behind the scenes stuff? What kind of conversations would you like to be a part of? Does anybody else still enjoy receiving mail? I like sending postcards and receiving postcards. So that'd be fun. If you want to be a part of the community now, then that's an opportunity to, you know, be involved from the beginning in terms of shaping it and how it works out and what kind of stuff you want to see moving forward and at the different tiers and that kind of stuff. I think that's it. Is that it? Did we say all the things? Yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you paying attention to an artist on this internet trying to figure things out. I hope that wherever you are as you watch this, that you are well and having a good day. And yeah, let's just jump into this next stage and figure it out together. Let's try some stuff. I do like that as an idea for like the title of this video and the theme of this sort of period of time moving forward. Let's just try some stuff, man. Let's just work it out. Let's see what happens. Thank you for your time and for being awesome. Everybody be well, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Bye. I think that's it. I'll see you on Patreon. Yay! Okay. Okay. Yes.